Do you want to know how to build full-stack JAMstack applications in React? Well, Next.js might be the perfect framework for you, but it can't do everything on its own. You're still going to need somewhere to store data, probably a service to help you out with authentication, and then maybe a really cool CSS framework to help you style it up real nice. Hey everyone, my name is James Quick, and I am a developer advocate here at Auth0, and I am really excited in this mini course to show you how to combine Next.js, Airtable for your data storage, Auth0 for your authentication, and Tailwind CSS for your styling to build a fully completed authenticated to-do app in Next.js. All right, let's first start by looking at what we're going to build. And this is a to-do app, but to-do apps are actually great examples of things to build when you have something to learn. So if you're new to Next.js, if you're new to Airtable, if you're new to Auth0, putting all those things together in this to-do app will be really useful for you. So this is your basic to-do app. Let's start by, let me just log out of this and I'll show you when you're not logged in, it'll let you know, hey, you need to log in to save to-dos. This way we know that every to-do that is created in here is actually associated with a user. So I clicked on the login here. In this example, I've got a couple of different logins enabled. I've got Twitter enabled, so I can go ahead and log in here. And when I get back to the application, I should see only to-do items that are associated with me. And then I can add a new one here as well. So record authenticated app video. I guess I've done this one before. I'll submit this. It'll show up down here. I can update it. And I can also delete the new item, for example, if I need to. All of that stuff is working with API routes inside of Next.js. And then it's working with Airtable behind the scenes. So if I look at this to-do table inside of Airtable, you can see here those things. So these down here are the ones that are associated with that Twitter user. And you'll see how to do all of that stuff in a second. So as we look to get started here, let's go ahead and actually generate our starter application using create next app. So this is very similar to the way that create React app works, where we get a command and we can run npx create next app, and the name of this, so this will be authenticated to do app. And so we'll go ahead and run this, and create next app will generate a bunch of these files and setups for us to get up and running with a Next.js application. All right, and we'll give that a few seconds to wrap up. And it looks like it is done. And I'm going to cd into my it should have been authenticated, that's okay. And I'm going to open that up in VS Code by running the code space dot command after I'm in that directory. And I'm gonna make this one full screen and get rid of this last VS Code window. All right, so inside of VS Code, I'm gonna open up my terminal here. And what we should be able to do is from the beginning, we should be able to run npm run dev. Now what this will do is it will run the live reloading server, and you can see that it runs at localhost 3000. Inside of VS Code, I can click on this link by holding down Command and click. So this will go ahead and open this up, and you should see our basic starter application with Next.js. All right, so now that that is up and running, let's take a look at the files that we have. And the first thing you'll notice is that we have our pages directory. And this is actually where a lot of our code is going to be. Routing is built into Next.js, which is really nice. So we can have all of our pages in here. Although in this example, we're only gonna have one page, which is the index.js. And then inside of there, you'll see the API folder with a hello.js. So this is actually where all of our serverless functions are gonna go. This is the power of Next.js, is you have your serverless functions tied together or in the same project as your front end, and you can mix your server-side rendering with static rendering if you wanted to. So we will take advantage of a lot of these serverless functions. And actually, if we wanted to test this out, we could send a request to, in the browser, /API/hello, and we should see that result there. So you can see how those serverless functions are already running when we ran npm run dev. And that is all of the starter files that we need for our Next.js project. So in the next video, we're going to take a look at setting up Tailwind CSS with Next.js.